Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have huge stuff. About 4 or 5 months ago, I came out and I said, could this be the potential presidential dream team? Donald Trump, Vivek Ramaswamy as the vice president. But now, take a look at this. Vivek Ramaswamy wants Elon Musk as an advisor if elected president. Could you imagine Vivek and Elon Musk with Elon as the VP? I realize he's born in South Africa. There's some workarounds, there's some legal loopholes you can do it. Guys, that would be an unbeatable ticket, legitimately. If you look right now, Elon Musk's approval rating sitting at around 89% amongst conservatives, Democrats, independents. He is beloved by everyone. And he certainly has done a great job with X, but it's just like even foreigners are admitting and realizing, yes, the Americans are finally starting to wake up and get it. We need to elect our super geniuses like Ramaswamy, like Elon Musk. These are the smartest people that should be making decisions, and they should be making decisions what's best for America. We're finally starting. Just look at what's in office right now. How does this happen? Legitimately, how does this happen to where we're a country that's more powerful than everyone, but our leader cannot formulate a sentence without stuttering? If you look at Joe Biden, you know what was interesting? I've always been fascinated with 9/11, and they showed Joe Biden, I believe he was a senator at the time, being interviewed after 9/11. Guys, Joe Biden in 2001, if you were to look at someone like that and just say it's a random old man, you would say, oh yeah, he's in an old folks home in 2001. So 19 years after the interview where Biden just looks he looks like he's an elderly man. And it's just like, does Joe Biden even want to do this? Like, if I looked like Joe Biden, what am I doing? This is a charade. It's almost so stupid, it's laughable, and you almost think it's not real. But I think we're waking up, we're getting it. How about Vivek Ramaswamy, Elon Musk, dream team, and how about them as super geniuses, both with IQs probably around 145, 150, leveraging the fact that America is so much more powerful than every other country and using that as a way to really put America in a better position, because right now we've got this massive military and people are asking, rightfully so, what is that massive military really doing? We need to utilize that, and I'm not saying go to war or anything like that, but just utilize the fact that we have such a massive military in terms of really hamstringing some of these other countries. If we're going to invest this much into our military budget and we're still going to have a capital gains tax, we're still going to have a state income tax, we should be getting our money's worth. That's all I'm saying. So Vivek comes out, he says he wants Elon Musk as an advisor. We've got some updated stuff. Vivek Ramaswamy calls for making Election Day a national holiday. He said this a lot, but this came out yesterday in a tweet and it got almost 54,000 likes. Did I not predict this entire thing with Vivek? I called this about 7 or 8 months ago. I said Vivek is going to make a lot of liberals angry, and I've got bad news for them. It's only going to get worse. Like that's the bad news. This is really just the beginning with how smart this guy is, and he's calling for a national holiday, implementing single-day voting, paper ballots, and government-issued voter ID, which I'm sure roughly 60% of America agrees with. You'll get full agreement with conservatives. A lot of the independents will agree with it. And then the liberals, because let's be honest, a lot of these people that are voting that don't have an ID tend to vote Democrat. They don't think you should have to have an ID, but there does need to be some nuance into this. You can see this Trump person coming out and saying no to single day. You've got weather, hurricanes, wildfires, northeasterns, protests, electric grid failures, floods, water main bursts. No to disenfranchising elderly, those with mobility problems, those without transportation to polling sites. And so yes, this is what I would do personally on the voting. I would say, look, if you're 60 or older, you can mail in. That would eliminate a lot of the mail in anyways, because what we're really trying to eliminate is the rampant mail-in voting. So if you're 60 or older, or you have some type of condition where you're in a wheelchair, you're disabled, we will allow mail-in ballots. And then, of course, you allow mail-in ballots for the people, for the soldiers overseas, or, when they're at their bases, whatever. But when it comes to people, that are completely healthy, the thing that has to stop is the rampant mail-in voting. And that's what Vivek is trying to do here with this. The idea is just so ridiculous. It's the same thing with the border. It's like, yes, we want to close the frickin' border. No shit. We're a country. Of course we want to close the border. Why would that be controversial? But no, me just saying that is deemed racist. That's how ridiculous it's gotten. We are a country. We have a closed border. We cannot let people that we don't know untracked enter the country. What if they're dangerous? This is third grade level concepts here. Protecting a border of a country. No shit. But it's become this racist thing because about 75% of the people that do enter tend to vote Democrat, so they're like, oh, you have to let them all enter. If you don't, you're racist against immigrants. It's terrible. No, that's not it at all. I think we, bring the people in. That's fine. It's got to be done legally. And that's why Trump wanted to build up the wall, at least protect the southern border a little bit. And then how about, speaking of immigration, this is how bad it's gotten. White supremacy is now a multi-species movement. Mass eatings on migrant-filled boats heading to Europe by orca suspects who authorities say had neo-Nazi ideation. So apparently what's been happening, you have these orca whales who have been eating a lot of these illegal African immigrants who are coming up trying to get into some of the European countries, and now they're so out of control, they're labeling the poor whales to be white supremacists. It's just so deranged. It's so sad what they're doing to these poor animals, but that was just an interesting thing there. New national poll. You've got Donald Trump +2. None of this matters, of course, over Biden, the popular vote, in some random poll in late August. What are we, 14 months before the election? But you can see this is going to be a big problem with that Green Party, Cornel West getting 4%. It's going to be an issue. You have to consider, if you are the Democrats, somehow paying off Cornel. I mean, he cannot be in this race if you are the Democrats, because Trump goes from +2 to +5. It is just the popular vote. And you have to wonder, how much will West actually affect Pennsylvania, the real swing states? It's Pennsylvania, it's Arizona, it's Georgia, it's Michigan. Those are like the contingent of states we're looking at right now when it comes to the election that are going to be super important. And then they also did the presidential popular vote for the GOP, and Trump's up by 38 over DeSantis, Ramaswamy. So I don't think Trump's going to be at the debate. And you can see Nikki Haley down at 7%. I think the establishment Republicans are probably going to start backing Nikki Haley, and it makes complete sense. It was either going to be her or Tim Scott, and she performed significantly better than Tim Scott, according to pretty much everyone at the debate. So she's going to start getting some publicity on Fox News. They're going to start pushing her out. They tried to do it with Tim Scott before the debate, but I would love, if Trump's not going to be there, the debate stage needs to be, and by the way, Trump comes out on Truth Social and says that there's a rumor or whatever that DeSantis is backing out of the race. There's no way that's happening right now. DeSantis and his campaign have invested too much into it. There's no way they would do that after just one debate. So I think the debate stage next month is going to be DeSantis, Ramaswamy. I mean, my goodness, are we going to have to see Mike Pence again? Probably Mike Pence. Haley for sure. I don't know what's going to happen with Chris Christie. His funding might just completely dry up because the only reason he was even here was to try and agitate Trump. And now that Trump is not doing the debates, he really serves no purpose. So his funding might just completely dry up and he might not qualify. And then the others, you've got Hutchinson, who I think his funding is completely dead. His poll numbers are dead. And Bergrum, same thing. So hopefully they really trim it down and we get to see Ramaswamy take on DeSantis. We really didn't see that at all. That's the one thing. DeSantis needs to talk more during the next debate. You know, it was just kind of a letdown. He was like the fourth or fifth most in terms of total minutes. We heard a lot from Mike Pence. I think it was a cry for help from Pence. I don't want to reanalyze the entire debate, but that's just the situation in the GOP. It seems like Trump is maintaining his massive lead after being a no-show for the debate and doing the Tucker Carlson thing. But, you know, I think right now it's so obvious. It's a sheer force, sheer will, everything going behind trying to get Trump convicted for these crimes. And if it happens, will they force Trump into some type of a deal where he either faces prison time or, you know, the ultimatum is, oh, you don't run anymore for president, but you get house arrest, something like that. That would enable Vivek to go up. I really don't see a scenario where Vivek can just beat Trump straight up, unless it's like where Trump is facing like 5,000 charges or something and they're actually legitimate. Because even these charges in Georgia, if Donald Trump thinks there's voter fraud and says you need to investigate this and see, you know, go find the votes, go find the voter fraud, there's really nothing you can charge him with if he actually believes it. But now you're getting into some real problems with the legal stuff. The question is, did he threaten the people when he was talking about finding it? I don't think they can get Trump in Georgia, but they're going to try and do something with Trump where it's like, you're going to face prison time. You have two options, either face prison time or house arrest, and you don't get to be in the 2024 election, which at that point, I think Vivek has done an amazing job, which is, I mean, this is just such a problem for DeSantis. You would think DeSantis for sure would have been the next guy up, but Ramaswamy, he's just triggering the hell out of all these people. And now, could you imagine Vivek and Elon on the same ticket? There's a workaround, you know, even with Elon being born in South Africa, it would be unbeatable. It would be a popular vote win for Vivek and Elon by about 20 points. It's not even close, because you look at Elon's popularity, it's 95% approval rating in America. He's loved by everyone, no matter you're on the left, right, whatever. Everyone loves him. That's why everyone supported him, and I called it out when Zuckerberg backed out. Zuckerberg is just not relatable. He looks like a robot, and really, he's just one of those evil rich people that they write about. It's just, and Musk is someone that's so down to earth, it's completely different. So this could be huge news, and I do think we have to take electing a president more seriously, right? We do. When you look at the past elections, we do need to take it more seriously, and we do need to elect someone that is competent and is extremely smart. And it's nothing against dumb people. I mean, I think this is what I think. This seems like a very simple solution. Why don't we just give Donald Trump, Vivek, and Joe Biden an IQ test, and let's just see. Let's just see. If I'm going to give you my vote to run the country, I want to know how smart you are, and we'll do it fully on camera, totally transparent, and let's just see how smart these people are and how mentally sharp they are. That would be my recommendation. This is a huge decision. You are the most important person. I know people like to downplay the president and say, oh, they actually don't have that much power. Yes, we do separate it among several branches, but still, being the president is a huge, huge deal, and you still make huge decisions. And the president of the United States is the most impactful person on the planet. So we will see. This is big stuff with Vivek coming out and saying, yes, Elon Musk is going to be part of this. Yes, we're going to go full brain power, full super genius on these other countries. And it will significantly help us in terms of possibly being able to extort some, well, I'm not going to say that, but it's going to help us in terms of being able to negotiate better. Either way, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Make sure you follow me on X. Link to that's always in the description.